want to listen to my podcast, and if you want to join the Fairy Friends, it's in the description box down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join in the convo. This is what I was hoping would happen. You never know if a video is going to be viewed or if people are going to comment, but I was hoping that within these types of conversations that I would read comments that would spark more videos, because this year I have made a decision mentally. I haven't written it down yet, but I want to focus more on just trauma healing and stuff like that. And so this is a comment from a potential fairy friend, and I'm paraphrasing it, but she says she easily becomes friends with those who want to help others, and that she has had bad experiences with self-righteous healers and empaths or whatever. And when she doesn't want to be helped, now, let me finish. When she does not want to be helped or be in a vulnerable position and just wants to be friends, they don't want to deal with her. Raise your hand if you have experienced that, with an empath or with a healer. Those of you who easily become friends with. Now, there's some key words here, and because she's not on the line with me, I can't ask her directly because I would need more information in order to really understand exactly what she means by that, because I have a couple of questions. Like, how easily are you becoming friends with these people? And then not being helped or in a vulnerable, okay, and are you starting off the friendship like spilling your guts to them as if you need help from them, and then you want to change the dynamics later on in the relationship? That's what it sounds like to me. I could be wrong. So you can, I know you know who you are, so you can give more context in the, but I'm going to make some assumptions. But I might be wrong. Now this is a common scenario, actually. This is actually something that I personally face quite often because of the nature of my videos, especially when I first began my channel, and because of how open I am, I get emails and DMs from people proclaiming their friendship for me, proclaiming how close they feel to me, and maybe even saying, I feel like we have known each other in past lives. And I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. I honestly get it, and I understand it. It's because of the sensitive nature of what we're sharing with each other on this channel. Let me tell you how that feels or does not feel for me on my end. I feel nothing. I don't feel anything. You want to know why? Because a relationship is built. It's not that I don't feel anything for what you have been through, because these emails and DMs are also laced with someone's pain and struggles, and a lot of times like really heavy subject matter that they say they never shared with anyone. They have not had the opportunity to share with anyone. And so I'm often faced with like this dilemma that especially when I first started my channel, I had no idea really how to deal with this dynamic in a humane way, in a safe way that make everyone feel comfortable, including myself. It makes me, I'll say it makes me feel more uncomfortable than anything, honestly. Because, the reason why I offer a service, and even the reason why, partially the reason why I'm on YouTube, it's not just I'm not really here to make friends with people. I'm here to share the wisdom from what I have struggled with and have overcome, and maybe even still struggle with, and I'm still overcoming, and then provide solutions to these issues, and to offer my services as advertisement, and I don't mind like the way we all bond with boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And so I also feel like it's a bit controlling when people do that, like emotionally blackmailing to that's not a feeling though. And when I first said I feel nothing for you, I don't. And that is how it is when you first meet anybody. You know, like in love or in friendship, nobody cares about you at first. Friendships take time to build. And so you coming at me with a friendship offer, okay, but it's not mutual, because I didn't meet you or talk to you on friendship grounds. For instance, like my video I made, me and Machu Picchu, the people I met there while we were on tour together, we genuinely bonded and we liked each other's personality. We had fun with each other all day, going back and forth with witty banter, listening to music. After Machu Picchu, we exchanged information. We went out to lunch. We showed care and concern for each other. Like, are you okay? Are you safe? I offered them to come back to my hotel since I was staying that extra night. I'm like, you guys can come take a shower. But it was never on anyone vomiting on me. Because even after they asked me what I did, I appreciated them not being like, so, oh my gosh, can you read my energy? Because that's honestly why I don't wear on my sleeve like what I do, like whatever, like what my purpose is. Unless someone asks me, I'll be honest, but I keep it short and sweet and cute or whatever, because usually what happens is, you know, people want me to do a party trick, and I'm not a party trick. Like, this is what I do for a living. This is my purpose. I take it very seriously. I have over 150 reviews online. I have worked very hard to attain the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, not just in this lifetime, but in past lives. And I deserve and I give myself that respect. You know, so I'll be like, when people do that, and be like, read my energy, and I'll be like, you'll have to sign up with a session with me, because this is what I do for a living. And some people will be like, oh, come on, oh, come, and I'll be like, it's not your, you know, energy that's being usurped while you're eating lunch. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just want to eat lunch, and I want to drink my frozen limonada, and I don't want to tap into the spirit world while I do it. Like, is that a crime? No, it's not a crime. You're going to have to get in line and sign up, and then that will change the dynamics of our relationship forever, because I personally don't combine the two. If you need help from me, then you are a client. If you are just a regular friend, and we are looking at each other not in a therapeutic way, but as people to just hang out with and talk to, you know, and then everybody has different friendship styles depending upon where Uranus is in your chart. Just make my nose move. Uranus is in your chart, your Aquarius energy is in your chart. And there are exceptions to the rule, like people that have been in my life for 10 plus years, girl, you know, I'm not as strict with, you know, but they still have to pay for my services, but I'll give them a really huge discount, you know. But you want to keep the energy exchange equal. So if you're dumping on someone, like this lady says, when she doesn't want to be helped or in a vulnerable position, they don't want to deal with her. You know, if you start off the relationship dumping on an empath or a healer, because, you know, we have sucker. I'm not an empath, just to let you know. I don't consider myself an empath. I don't feel like that's a badge of honor, but that's a different video as well. You know, people who are healers, apparently people think we have sucker written on our forehead. And then when you find that the person, you know, after you dump and you feel better, now you want to be friends. Is that what's happening? Be honest. You know, are you starting off the friendship? That's not a friendship. That's not a friendship. First, that's not a friendship. Now, there are some empaths and healers that will never be vulnerable because they don't feel safe, and they, like I was saying in the last video I made, check it out if you haven't checked it out already, about not being bullied by people you are caring for as an empath, a healer, or a fixer. You know, you can get addicted to being the strong one, the one with all the answers, the one with, you know, the power to help, you know. And I mean, and it is a paradigm that needs to be switched off. Like, because also when I'm around people, back in the day when I was a kid, I couldn't control like my mediumship or me seeing into people's lives and reading people's energy. I couldn't control it. Like, somebody would come up to me and talk to me, and I would start talking to them about their dead mom or something, and they'll be like, "You don't know me," and I'll be like, "I can see everything. What are you talking about?" Just completely freaking people out, girl. Like, freaking people out. And I had to get a handle on that. You know, and it took me like a long time to get a handle on it, and to really understand and care about where other people are at, and not just, it's a selfish thing to do, and not just what I see. Like, I had to learn as a human design projector as well that I don't have to say everything I see. You know, and it's taken me some time to allow natural friendships to blossom over time, because I had to spend a lot of time by myself, switching the paradigm of energy, you know, from being the not really having, that's not a friendship. If people only are calling you when they're a damsel in distress, that's not a friendship. And if you only hang around people who you would never trust and open up to, then those aren't your friends. And you need to stop calling those people your friends. You know, if you come to the table with a lot of drama and stress, for me personally, it depends on how you come to me. Now, if you're just somebody off the street and you think you're going to hang out with me, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to offer you my services because you didn't ask for any services. But if you found me on YouTube and you emailing me a 5-paragraph email about all of your pain and trauma, and then you say, let's be friends at the end, I'm going to be like, well, there's a way you can be closer in my circle by joining my channel, you know, or you can sign up for a personal session with me. Those people, like the road runner, they don't comment no more. They probably unsubscribe and they dislike the video. And I'll be like, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Those people might see me as being self-righteous, but I will offer this to them. You know, you did not give me a fair opportunity to build a relationship with you. You came at me wrong if you were looking for a relationship to where you're not in a therapeutic relationship with me. You were basically asking me for help in disguise of a friendship. That's not attractive to me as a friend. Like, I want to hang out with grown-ass people. I'm a very grown-ass woman, you know, capable of not vomiting on people. I know the right time to do things, the right time to say certain things, and when not to say anything. I'm very skilled and developed in how I handle my relationships. And I like to be around other people who have the same type of expertise. I am not in that space to where I need codependent relationships in order to feel alive. I don't need to be around anybody at all. I'm very comfortable in my own skin because of all the work that I have done, the hours and years I have spent working on myself. I deserve to be able to make the choice because God has given me the intelligence to do so, to use my discernment into what's best for me in my personal space. Do you think that after all I've been through in my family, if you've been watching my channel for a while, that I'm going to allow a new person to come in and bully me, to emotionally blackmail me and sabotage me and honestly be jealous of me? You wouldn't be able to handle, if you are starting off the relationship like that, you won't be able to handle being friends with me. You'll be like, this bitch, here she come with all her wisdom and positivity and optimism. If you're in a dark space like that, like you're telling me you are, and then you're going to expect for me to be friends with you, and most likely I won't be able to say anything about what you're struggling with. You will want me to walk around eggshells around all of your trauma and triggers and stuff, right? I ain't doing it. So I'll save both of us the time, the energy, the struggle, the strife, and you thinking I'm the biggest bitch on earth, and not subscribe to being your friend. Don't do that. Don't. If you want to be friends with someone, you know, you're not gonna. That's not fair to start off a friendship like that, because that's not a friend. You know, you have to be. It's like it's a natural thing that happens. It's like go hang out where, like I was saying, go hang out in places. If you're a dancer, go dance. That's why when you get in session with me, I challenge you a lot. I'm very, very challenging spiritual counselor, because a lot of people have avoidant personality disorder, to where they don't do anything they love to do. They don't go after anything they want in life. And then, I mean, we deal with why that would be, you know, and what's the cause of you kind of freezing up and feeling not moving in your life and having a lot of fear basically control your life. You know, we get to how we can get moving. Okay, if you want love and you want friendship, you have to be around people that you can have fun with. That's how you actually get to know someone. Like partying, laughing, playing, dancing, playing Twister, playing spades. Like, that's how you bond with someone. Have you noticed that the relationships that all y'all do is cry and judge each other, basically? Because after you get finished opening up that can of worms, people are judging you, darling. Me personally, I'm not. I understand. But you still don't like the assessment that I have of you, because you want me to see you as an equal. I don't, because of how you came at me. You didn't come at me like 10 toes, looking me eye to eye as a man or as a woman. You came to me like, I'm hurt, I'm broken. Will you be my friend? What? Huh? How? Like, how am I supposed to be your friend? Do you know what a friend is? No. You don't. And that's the problem. That's the problem. You know? Because you're not really a friend to yourself yet. You have to learn to be on your own side in order to be a friend to someone else. What's that look like? Well, you will have to sign up for a session with me, because it's different for everyone. It really is. Like, how to be on your own side, on your own team. Even if the world is against you, you know. I've been cussed out before. I've been called names before, like self-righteous or arrogant, by people who want me to, they want me to be the caregiving, motherly being. Wow, it's like the stage of development where you get to do whatever you want, say whatever you want, and feel however you want, and your mom just goes, "Oh, that's my baby." That's what people want, really. They don't want necessarily to be fixed, but the only person that will allow them to have that stage of development without holding them accountable, a lot of times, are people who are fixers and healers and empaths. And that's exactly what I was talking about in the last video, about how empaths and healers and fixers end up getting bullied by the people that they're caring for. So this is just another way of saying it. You know, this is someone who maybe is an abuser of empaths, but empaths are also abusive whenever you don't say what you really feel, what you really think, and you're not honest, and you're tiptoeing around people's feelings and emotions and stuff. Empaths, that's abuse, because you're setting people up to be rejected by you, because eventually you're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, this is toxic. This is toxic. What do I do?" You know, I'm gonna have to break up with him. I'm gonna have to get rid of her. But you weren't being honest from the beginning. Like I was saying at the beginning, I don't feel anything for you. You got to have that self-awareness. It's not a pretty thing to say, but it's the truth. This is the issue when you guys are dating as well. Don't nobody care about you. That's the problem that you're having, because you have never felt cared for. You're looking to be cared for, and you're emotionally blackmailing people to care for you. You're manipulating people to care for you. You're looking for people who don't know any better to care for you. When you really need to pull yourself together and realize that you're never going to get those needs met that you did not get met in childhood by another human being. It's over with. The only place for you to go is therapy and counseling and Reiki, and stay there and stay in that space until you rise in consciousness. Rising in consciousness honestly just means growing the hell up. Grow up. You grow up and you become a full-fledged adult, maybe without the guidance and the normal way of having parenting. But spiritual counselors and therapists are just kind of like a surrogate mom and dads for people who didn't get raised or didn't get their needs met while they were developing. That's why you get paid. That's why we get paid the big bucks, because that's a big deal and responsibility. And then on top of that, you still are responsible for cleaning your own ass. It's hard healing. Going to work, maintaining some type of energy so that you can get some of your needs met in life. It sucks. I've had to go through it. It sucks. My mama did not raise me. I raised myself, and can't no child raise themselves. It's impossible. And so you end up with like missing parts of your psyche, fragmented pieces of yourself over here, stuck energies down there. It's all a mess. You're like a jigsaw puzzle, or to me it's the equivalent of, I always say I felt like Humpty Dumpty, and it takes a while to feel normal in your own skin, but that's alchemy. And then you go clean. It seems like overnight, but if the hell it is overnight, it's not overnight. And just imagine just never stopping doing that, like just continuously doing anything for my baby. That would be you. Anything for me. That's what I say. If I need to spend $1 million to make sure I'm okay, anything for me, right? And so you got to stop putting that responsibility in friendships. I'm sorry, but that part of life where someone is responsible for your care is over. And if your parents drop the ball, I apologize, that you're suffering and that you don't feel whole. I understand what that feels like. And so, and I understand, you know, feeling like it's unfair that nobody cares and nobody will listen to you. Well, when you actually start caring about yourself more, then you'll find that the world will turn towards you and care, and then you'll be like, well, then I don't need it. Exactly. Nobody really likes a needy person unless it's their own child. Right? Now, it's okay to need help sometimes. I'm not saying that you can never ask for help, but you got to have your team together, like a therapist, a spiritual counselor, Reiki. You know, a lot of my clients, I know when somebody means business, and they're like, by any means necessary, I ain't going to let go of God until he gives me my healing and my blessing. Because these people, they show up, they book consistently. They also have a therapist, they also have a personal trainer, a nutritionist, and a lot of times I recommend those things to people, you know, because it takes sometimes, if you can't afford that, you know. And also on that note, I remember when I first started healing, I was broke. I was broker than a joke. I had nothing, and I had to change around my budget, you know. I stopped going out to eat in order to afford my classes and therapies. I like dance therapy. That worked well for me. That makes sense, because I tell y'all that my meditation is a lot stronger when I include belly dancing. It's interesting. But yeah, when dance therapy had a very big effect on me as far as releasing a lot of trauma. Tai Chi class, I went to knitting groups. I did a lot of things, more than what I'm telling you. And then some of those things I could not afford, so I would ask if they had a sliding scale or scholarship. You have to ask for what you want. You have to ask. And so on that note, I bid you guys love, peace, and blessings, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.